Okay, people, I think this is pretty much the end of this camera here, because I can barely get the screen to work now. Most times it's just gray screen, that's it. Anyway, just to recap, Uncle John went missing on February 20th, 2015. Okay? I still had my car on the road because I insured my car a few days before he got sick. Because I got sick, I went to sleep, and then when I woke up, after about a week and a half or whatever it was, I said, John, I think we need to get the car on the road. We need to go to doctors, whatever, right? I hope you don't get this flu. Sure enough, I went, in between sleeping, got my car insurance, came home, whatever. A few days later, he ended up getting sick. Right? We called non-emergency because him and I were trying to do the right thing, right? Needless to say, people, I'm on the verge of tears here right now, seriously, okay? So I go off and I do a little bit of spring cleanup in April, right? City shows up in May of 2015 and had me working right up until freaking February of 2016, basically. They had me working out in the yard for a year. At one point, I did 62 days straight, people. Every day for 62 days, I was outside from 10 o'clock until it got dark. For 62 days out of 78 days before they showed up. Okay? Even though I've been in this yard from the time I woke up and realized what was in it. And if you go back into my videos, you will see it was a sand pit, a mud pit, and a weed pit. And that was it. Okay. So, one of my neighbors works for the city. Used to work for the city or whatever, right? Out in the, out in the city streets and stuff, right? I don't know what she did, but anyway, I told her because she always come into my yard and she's always telling me how nice my yard is. People walk by and they tell me how nice my yard is. And for some reason, I have a hard time believing them because I'm always out there, people. I'm serious. I come in full of mud. My house gets tracked in with mud. My porch gets covered in mud. I live in mud, people. But the people walking by, they tell me my yard looks nice. And I want to believe it. But I know what needs to be done, and there's still lots needs to be done. So I've been so beat down. I don't feel like I'm worthy for anything, people. Seriously. It's So anyway, she was saying, this is what she said. I told her what the hell was going on. I said, the city's starting up again. Out of the fucking blue. I get a 2-day notice that they're showing up. Excuse me? I get on the phone with the supervisor today. Oh, well, what happened? Why did it get like that? Again. She's talking about the back. Andre's shed that never got done because Uncle John went missing in action. He got medically kidnapped, people, so that he could be robbed of his money through CIBC Bank and the Fraser Health Authority, and that's the bottom fucking line. Well, the City of Surrey profiteer off of that shit with their old folks' homes and their care centers, right, with the hospital, so that they get their tax dollars off of these old people that are losing their houses. And then get put into these old care homes and pay as you go, which pays the city taxes. Well, my daughter is homeless, running around out in the fucking streets, bleeding out. Going for a blood transfusion every month now. And then they release her. They give her a blood they scrape her off the fucking cement, and then they give her a blood transfusion, and then they let her walk out the door. Because they don't give her methadone there. They don't give her nothing. Nothing that keeps her there. So she's completely bonkers now. Completely bonkers. So anyway, my neighbor was saying that the only reason that the city is involved again is because I'm being stalked. She said, you're obviously being harassed. Because the city's not just going to do that unless somebody complained. That's what she said. So what, GMOI? The Dunk Clan? Fraser Health staff? They like to retaliate with their code white. They're the victims. Right? I have been working, digging in this dirt, weeding, right, planting food for the last 3 months. Okay? And I'm still planting. I was planting today when my landlady drove up with this notice saying that the city's coming in 2 days with their fucking trucks and start hauling my shit off. As my neighbors sold their house, right? The old lady disappeared, so maybe Fraser Health kidnapped her, and now they're being forced to sell. Because they're gone. They're clearing out. All of a sudden, boom, gone. Why? Because grandma couldn't come home? They're accusing the Chinese over there of abusing the elderly? Seized her assets, and that's why they're selling the house and moving? I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, when Auntie Joan was in that freaking care ward, there was a Chinese woman in there. That's all she did all day long. Every time Uncle John and I went there to go see Joan. Right? So anyway, I tend to believe my neighbor. Right? And the funny thing is, I was just out there 4 days ago talking to Jerry, right? Pleading with him to put the roof on for me. To a fucking door or something. Because I want to clean this shit up out there. Last year I paid him, gave him stuff. He forgot, right? So now I'm out 5 hours. But I couldn't afford the materials last year, right? So this year I got the materials, but I'm still having to pay. I got it all arranged. I told him I'd start clearing out this week. And I got the city coming and riding my ass. Why? Because I got somebody watching my YouTube channel, knowing that if they call the city's going to come running, right? Right? Because they know I'm overworked. That, if you notice, I don't talk about Uncle John's lawsuits. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the information to come in the mail. Well, what is Fraser Health going to do? Well, what's CIBC going to do? Well, they're trying to get it dismissed. Well, I'm in the yard, people. Just like I was in the yard in 2015. Right? That's what they did. They phoned up the fucking city. They were phoning up my landlord. Everybody on the GMOI Duncan side was trying to get me evicted. Those workers at Fraser Health didn't want me to live in this house. Right? Because if I stayed in this house, it would have shown that Uncle John had a family. A family who loved him, and a family who he loved. So what happened is Uncle John got medically kidnapped in the city of Surrey, British Columbia, Canada, and I've been just trying to hold down the fort the best I can, living in a fucking mud pit, basically, right? That's my perfume, people. Mud. I tell myself, stay positive. You got food. You got lots and lots of food coming. For some reason, the plums didn't grow this year, though. My landlady pointed that out. She said, got any plums on your tree? I said, no. She said, yeah, well, we looked at another tree. That tree didn't have no plums either. Because the weather is really, really bad. So nothing's really growing that fast. If it's growing at all. I'm planting seeds that are dying in the ground because the ground is too cold. Now I got to worry about the city. So anyway, these people next door, they're chucking out a whole bunch of crap. It's hard for me to use this camera, so I couldn't really show you. But it's everything that would benefit, well, not, I didn't take everything, but I took the things that would benefit me in terms of what I'm doing with the hen house. And, you know, I've got some shelving in there now, and I got, you know, a little thing with an open door for a little cubby, right? Because you don't have to keep things out of the freaking elements, right? Got a couple of shelving for the greenhouse. Got some miscellaneous wood pieces to continue putting in windows or, you know, fixing compost boxes or whatever it is that I'm doing. I want to make some flower boxes and some potato boxes and that kind of stuff. You know, obviously finishing up Andre's shed. Now that I actually went off and bought some plywood and some, you know, 2x12s and 2x8s, like 2x4s by 8 and 2x4 by 12. You know, big pieces of plywood. I think I got like half inch piece of plywood, 2 of them. And then I've got this other thing, so it should be enough. Should be enough. But I'll probably have to pay more money to Jerry yet, even though I have no fucking money. Well, I'm going to be running around with another whip on my back. Being told that I don't do nothing. That I'm a nothing. I'm tired of the abuse of this sick, fucking stupid city, man.